everybody, I'm Marianne with Palm Beach Therapy and Fitness Providers. And we're going to have a great class together today. I'm so glad you came here. So we're going to do yoga with weights, incorporate weights, and you don't have to use them if you don't want to. You can just firm your hands. If you don't have weights, you can use 2 equally weighted soup cans, or you can use a couple of water bottles. So if you decided you want them, while I'm speaking for another couple minutes, you can run and get those. Okay, so also I just wanted to show you something else. This is a yoga block, which some of you have. If not, you can use a book. It brings the floor closer to you, so it helps you get into some of your poses if you can't reach the floor. And this is something I picked up at the dollar store. It's great for added padding for your knees. You can't beat it for $1. So if your mat's not real thick or if you're on tile floor, heavily recommended. I'm not getting a commission. So my weights are at the front of the mat. Some of you like a little heavier, and you can switch for biceps or triceps to heavier weights, but when we're doing shoulders, you want lighter weights, okay, for your shoulder muscles. All right, so with that, let's get started. We're going to stand with our feet about outer hip width apart, about here, and we're coming into what they call Kapha Mudra. Mudra is a hand gesture, or feet, or whatever you're mudraing. We're going to mudra the hands. That means we're going to take them here to the solar plexus. And we're going to just close our eyes for a second. And the solar plexus is a place of empowerment, where your inner strength and power comes from. So you can imagine a fire in there. There's a fire, it's ruled by the fire element, the sun. So I would like us to have a strong practice. I'm going to call it a warrior practice. In these times of uncertainty, I would like to see us all extinguishing fear and moving towards strength and trust and love. So the mantra, or the mantra, however you pronounce it, is I am strong and connected to Source. Everything I need comes to me. So I am strong and connected to Source, God, universe, however you envision that creative life living force that got you here. Everything I need comes to me. So in your mind or out loud, please repeat that. I am strong and connected to Source, and everything I need comes to me. Okay. Pretty powerful. Let's close our eyes for a moment and let that nestle in to our solar plexus, gut intuition. I'd like you to feel the earth between your feet and connecting to Mother Earth and sending her love. This is a time of love and healing for Mother Earth. Now that things have quieted down, she is healing, and this is a time of introspection, but not to get caught up in fear. There's fear and there's love. So let's move towards love, which empowers us and gives us strength. So you ready, warriors? I know you are. So let's start with bringing the inhale up, and then we're just going to touch our back. So palms, hands in prayer. Touch the back. You'll get a nice stretch through your triceps. And then we're going to bring those hands up, and the belly is in here. Okay, so we're going to lean to the left and reach. I would like you to press down through your left foot to add a little more stretch up the side. Okay, come on up, and let's bring it over. And up and over to the other side, and press through the left foot. You'll feel it intensify your stretch just a little bit. Okay, bringing it up. And now we're just going to loosen up the neck a little bit. I feel like we need to loosen the neck up. So just going chin to shoulder and shoulder. Let's tune into our breath now. Inhale. Remember to use nose breathing here. Exhale to the other side. Now when you get the weights and you're working pretty hard, feel free to exhale out the mouth, because sometimes you have too much to just contain and you just can't do it through the nose. So that's where it'll switch a little bit. Let's roll our head around, maybe just going halfway back, and maybe clasping hands to neck. So you have a little support. You're creating a shelf with your hands and gently kneading into your neck. neck muscles. Maybe you just got up and you're a little bit tight through the neck. Sometimes I am, so this feels good. And let's go the other way, getting us nice and ready for some action here. All right, so let's bring the hands down and we're just gonna gaze to the left. Shoulders stay back and down throughout the practice. Exhale, I have to keep reminding myself too. Inhale, so I want to stay present in the action that I'm doing and the breath that I'm taking. And exhale to the other side. So your movement follows the breath. That's what I was trying to say. Somehow it came out. And then to the other side. And then we'll bring the chin up from the shoulder and down and up and down. Inhale up, exhale down and over to the other shoulder. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Okay, shaking everything out. I'm going to turn in this direction and pick up my weights. So mine are about 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds, 3.1 to be exactly. Okay, so standing here, and we're going to do the stretch again with the weights. So let's bring it from shoulder to sky. And again, if you have shoulder issues and you can't go up, you can just do it this way. So just please remember, if you need water, if you need to stop, please do that and take a break. Okay? So don't push or strain. Don't force anything. Just reminding, I'm supposed to do that. So let's bring it up. I'm leaning left and slowly down. No jerky movements, please. And I'm keeping my abs nice and tight. One more. Okay, let's hold it at the shoulder. I'd like you to reach down through that left hand a little bit more and press down through that right foot and bring it up where I can feel that. So hands to low back, and we're gonna lean back, pressing those hips forward, feeling a stretch through the hip flexors and through the abdominals and coming up. Okay, let's go to the other side and bring it over and to the shoulder. And over and to the shoulder. 2 more. Exhale into the effort. Since we're using some exerting effort with weights, we're going to use an exhale into the effort. We'll hold it here, reaching down through that right side, the right weight, and pressing with the left foot. My abs are squeezing. I'm going to even engage the pelvic floor, our root lock, and our glutes. And coming up. Okay, rolling here. Let's roll the wrists as well. And let's come on to the balls of the feet. We'll do a little balance while we're here. So remember that ankles, when you're coming onto the balls of the feet, they magnetize inward. My calves are stretching here, and I'm going to reverse those rolls. And I'm even going to wiggle my fingers a little bit. You might not be able to do that with your weight so easy. We'll just hold your palms up. Okay, and I'm going to come to the front of the mat now, and I'm going to squat down into a chair. So let's use a bicep curl, and if some of you wanted to have heavier weights, you can come down and pick up the heavier weights. So sitting down into a chair, I'm drawing my tailbone under, belly in, and I'm going to squeeze nice and slow. You can go down a little bit lower if you can, and you don't want to strain your knees, so you can be up standing straight as well. You don't have to bend your knees. Good, 4 more. Squeeze those biceps, engage. Let's resist the coming down so there's no swinging. 2 more, and 1 more, and coming up. I feel like I just want to touch my toes, keep those knees soft, bent a little bit, and we're going to round up. Good, hands to sky, and let's go down again. Exhale down, maybe a little bit more than before. And pull that belly in, come up nice and slow and feel that lovely stretch through the spine. Spinal length is what we're creating in yoga. Length and space in the body, mind, spirit. The connection of yoga, the yoking. And coming up a little bit more, bend those knees a little more, and let's circle And we feel that added stretch through the shoulder girdle. And reversing. Okay. And from here, we're going to do military presses. So I'm going to bring my right foot back. You don't have to, again, if you're too unstable. Keep your feet hip width. Okay, this right there. Okay, so I'm going to bring this foot back, my right foot, and I'm going to press up a little bit in front of the shoulders. Nice and steady and slow. So no Yankee jerky movements. 4 more. 3 more. I did this with water bottles and it worked just great. And 1. So we're going to hold them up and we're going to take that back foot off the floor. If this is too hard for you, bring your hands to your shoulders. Bend your back leg. It's easier with the limbs, your hands, and your arms and legs being your limbs, closer to your body to balance. Oops. Okay. So I'm coming a little more further forward, which is harder on my left leg, but it's such a good thing for your hip, bone density. And come on up. Woo! That was good. Let's do a little balance here in tree. So I'm going to take my right foot in and hands to prayer. And then we'll come into Kapha Mudra with the weights. And I am strong and connected to Source. Everything I need comes to me. Right? We're warriors here. Strong, resilient. Okay, let's go to the other side. We're going to do one more set of bicep curls sitting in chair pose, which is Utkatasana or Utkatasana in yoga, Sanskrit words. Okay, 3, 4, and 4. Squeeze. Enjoying my strength. I love to feel that strength. Okay, so let's bring the left foot back now. And again, you can keep your hands at your shoulders, palms facing forward when we're ready to balance. But right now, we're just going to lift up into our presses. Exhale. Excuse me, exhale. You can even try balancing now if you want to with this. Maybe the toes lightly on the floor. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's off. 4 more. 4. Get the ankles strong. 2 more. And 1. So my arms are a little bit tired. I'm going to keep them at my shoulders. Leaning forward here. Moving towards warrior 3. I'm going to bend that back leg to modify. It's challenging here on the rug, I'll tell you, when I'm used to doing a hard surface. That little bit of give makes it harder to balance, but that's good. I need to be challenged. And if you want to extend forward, palms in, now I'm in more of a warrior 3. And that's not too easy with weights. So some of you might want to try it, and some of you will just leave it. So go with your own gut intuition. That's our empowerment. Okay, here we go. We're going to do that tree pose. Bring the foot to the leg, other foot. And we're going to go out to the side. Open up those limbs. My shoulders are down, my crown's reaching up, ears over shoulders. And I'm breathing. Don't forget to breathe. It's a lot harder with weights, I'll tell you that. So this is challenging me too. Okay, let's bring it down. So mountain pose, Tadasana. And let's go into tall mountain. Coming onto the balls of the feet. Bring your feet together if you can. Traditionally correct when you do mountain pose. And a broader base with your feet open is a little bit easier if you need that. So coming up and down, working those calves and working your ankles. Exhale up, inhale down through the nose. Exhale and inhale, we'll do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a little squat down, get a stretch in those calves, and come up. Now we're going to walk back to the back of the mat on the heels. Just lean forward a little bit. This is good for balance and bone density. Keep messing up my mat, and we'll come forward on the balls of the feet. So it's good for the same thing, balance, bone density. Back on the heels, shoulders back and down, belly in. I'm trying to make little adjustments the whole time to tweak things out a little bit better. And up, one more time. Back on the heels. And up on the toes. Okay, then we're going to come down into a plank. So hands down, I'm going to hold on to my weights. If you want, you can just leave them out to the side and have your palms here. This to me is pretty good. It keeps it's like just coming onto fists on the mat. Okay, and from here, I'm going to come down to my knees, uncurl my back toes, so toenails into the floor. And I'm going to come down halfway. If this is hard on your shoulders, you can just stay up and plank, or you can always come to extended child's pose, or true child's pose with hands to feet. So you can be here in modified plank, you can be here in full plank. So let's come up for 3 breaths. And I'm looking forward, because I was looking down and then my head was dropping. I'm going to squeeze my quads, my thighs into the bone, reach back through my heels, look forward a little bit on the floor, get nice and firm and strong. Warriors. And bringing it down, I'm going to lower down to my hips and my chest. I'm going to let go of the weights now, and then I'm just going to come up a little bit. My navel stays on the floor, and I'm coming up for Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Okay. So from here, I'm going to just circle around a little bit, just spontaneously. Just go right or left. They call this sahasha. So a new word I used during my lockdown. I was going to say incarceration. In the home, I've been doing lots of yoga and relearning things I forgot, and then just learning new yoga stuff. So it's been great. Life is what you make it, right, everybody? So we got to make it good. So sahasha, moving with your own urge, your own natural flow. So you don't have to do what I'm doing throughout this practice. If you feel like throwing something else in, a couple more chaturanga push-ups, or a more intense down dog, maybe lifting one leg and then the other, please feel free. It's your practice. So come on up. Okay, we're gonna just go back to extended child's for a moment. Reconnect to Mother Earth, send her love, and she'll send you love back in abundance. And coming into downward facing dog, I'm gonna let go of those weights again. I'm gonna take my left knee up and out, and I'm gonna circle it. And you can come onto the right knee to modify. Or you can come onto your forearms if your hands are bothering you now. So we're just gonna circle that hip around. Feels really good. This is my tight side. And let's reverse. I think everybody has one side that's tighter than the other. Oh, that feels good. Let's do the other side. So hopefully you can see me. So, hate to show my butt to the camera, so excuse me. But I'm just trying to get you to see everything. It's a little different than being in class. So I'm just circling around on hands or forearms and loosening up those hips. All right, that feels good. All right, let's come on up and take a nice little back bend here. Hands at the low back, elbows in. And this is camel pose. Most of you know it, Ustrasana. Use your pelvic floor engagement to come out and then round down into a nice cat stretch. All right, so from here, we're going to come into warrior one with the right foot forward. Back foot spins flat to an angle. So it's pretty much of a heel to heel, or you can open up a little bit more for better stability. So I'm going to square my hips to the wall and my shoulders too. And I want to bend in this front knee, but you want to try to keep the knee over the ankle as best as you can. All right, here we go. So warrior one, palms in this time, and we'll do an over press. 3, 4, exhale, inhale, open that chest up, everybody. 2, and 1. And then we're going to open up into warrior 2 here. So here we go. I'm looking at that knee. It's not collapsing in my thigh, keeping my thigh strong. I'm trying to get my hips towards you and my shoulders and not leaning forward towards my front leg. You want to be here, right in the center of your legs, arms out to the side, engaging the shoulder blades behind me. I'm going to do little round circles here. And if this is too much for you, you can just straighten that leg and come out. If you need a break anytime, it'll give it a little break. Okay, circling, and then reversing the other way, and then we'll bring the palms in and out, and in and out. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Look at your front arm and bend it and open and bend and open and bend and open. And one more. For 4. Hang in there with me, please. And 3. And 2. And 1. Woo! Feels good to get those arms down. Okay, from here, you can either have your forearm to the front thigh, or you can have your hand here. And this is side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. So here's another one. You can do an overhead press, but I think we're just going to change things up here. We're going to do a lat pull. The lats are these muscles here and into the back, down the side torso and into your back. So I'm going to use 2 weights with this, if I can. I'm going to crisscross them, and I'm going to rotate. So rotate to the side and bring it down. Exhale, squeezing my shoulder blade into the back as I come up. 3. Might have to drop one of these weights. 4. 4 more. And 4. And 3. Muscles popping out. 2. I'll have to eat some spinach tonight. And 1. And I will drop one weight now. And I'm going to do a tricep kick back here. If you want to come up for a second and just kind of circle your shoulders back, I think that might be a good idea. So coming back down here, or you can come all the way up and do it. So keeping that elbow up so the upper arm doesn't move. You can go to your hip and just keep it into your triceps. So isolating triceps, the back of your arms here, or you can bring the weight all the way forward. If you don't have back or rear deltoid, it's called posterior deltoid issues, then you can bring the weight further forward. And because my weight's kind of light compared to what I sometimes use, I'm going to let the weight come forward. Let's do 8 more. Slower though. Ooh. 7. Count with me, everybody. It'll go faster. 6. And it'll keep you focused in the present. 5. We got this. We can. 4. You're thinking, I am strong and connected to Source. Everything I do comes to me. And 1. Letting go of that weight, shaking it out. Woo. And I bring my hand down, my other arm down, and here. We're going to do a little vinyasa here before we go to the other side. And this is called Sirsasana, or Hero's Pose. So you can put your block, since a lot of people can't get down that low. It's a stretch through the knees and the quads. I'm going to put the block here is not the most comfortable position, I got to warn you. So if you can put it maybe here. You can even stack a couple, or books at home if you have them. So you're sitting between your legs. You can pull out your calf muscles. It'll give you some more space, and to me it's more comfortable. The legs, outer legs are going straight back. For those of you that are pretty flexible, lean forward, go into your stretches slowly. You don't want to just dive in one fell swoop. So sometimes you have to come in and out a little bit, especially if you're feeling really tight. So this one to me is pretty easy, but for some of you, you might need the block, or else you might want to just stay up here, and that's great too. honor your body, right? Okay, so down hero's pose. Good. Thinking how strong we are. And then coming up, and I'll show you the modification, hands to low back. And you're just doing a camel stretch, or you can follow me into serpent pose. Arms alongside the ears. And then I'm coming into a high cat stretch. Hands under shoulders and rounding and squeezing navel to spine, drawing the tailbone down for a lovely back stretch. And then from here, I'm going to do a little push-up here. I'm not going all the way out here, so it's a little bit easier here. So just coming down and up, we'll do a few, let's do a couple more. Come down halfway and up, unless this isn't good for you, of course. And then we're going to press back into our downward doggy. I'm going to bring my feet together for better balance and bring my right leg to the sky and really press my chest towards my left thigh. Ground down through your left heel, and I'd like you to circle your upward foot 3 times, one way spreading the toes, and how you doing? And the other way. Okay, putting that down. And if you need to come onto your knees again, please. Knees are always a modification. Up, 3 big circles, and then reverse. Okay? And then we're coming down. We'll take hero's pose, hands to heart. Coming up for serpent, or your hands are at your low back. Exhaling into cat stretch. Inhale here, exhale into downward dog. Lifting up the right leg, putting it down, option that you can take or not. And then coming down. Let's do a few cows and cats, toenails into the floor. Look forward, shoulder blades pulling down towards the butt. Round and tuck. Inhale, arch, pull the heart through your arms. Exhale, round and tuck. And inhale and exhale. Okay, good. So we're going to go to the other side with those weights. So I did warrior 1 with the right foot forward. Now my left foot's forward. I just don't want to turn my butt to you, so I'm going to do it on this end of the mat. Okay, so going into our warriors, I have to open up my feet a little bit because I'm too wobbly and unbalanced. The broader the base being my feet, the greater the stability, right? Somebody said that. I'm not sure who that was, one of those really smart math guys. Okay, so I'm squaring my hips and shoulders to the side wall. And again, here we go. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. My palms are facing away forward now. 4 more. And 3, you can bring the back heel off if you like. 2, look at that front knee, make sure it's over the ankle. If it's not perfectly, it's okay, but the best you can. And then we're going to turn to the side. Okay? And let's bring it in and out. In. I have to bring my thigh out a little bit here. It was collapsing in. So I'm trying to perfect that a little bit. Well, not exactly perfect it, but make it a little bit better. So I'm in and out, and here. If this is too hard, come down lower. So I'm circling back. Good, I'm still breathing. Trying to stay in the middle and not lean forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now forearm or hand to thigh. And I'm going to take both weights again. I'm crisscrossing them. Maybe you can't do both at the same time, and that's fine. So we're going to get down. The weights are going right in front of my shoulder. And then I'm going to do a little torso twist, a little rotation, bringing it down and pulling nice and strong and steady. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale on my hand now. 4 more, and you can come up higher if you're uncomfortable. Please do. 3, and 2, and 1. All right, for those tricep kickbacks, losing a weight here. And I'm going to squeeze back and bring it in. Remember, if you have rear deltoid issues, you're going to stop at the hip, not come forward of it. That will isolate those muscles. Exhale and inhale. And holding the pose, I'm going to come off my hand, so I actually have to work harder through that leg. And I'm trying to get those bones stronger. So this will do it. This is great for your balance. Couple more, everybody. And come up. Could turn your toes forward and in a little bit, little pigeon-toed. And we'll bring the hands down under the throat. Let's bring your right hand to your low back. Try to keep your lower body steady as you rotate to the side wall. Again, if you have a block, you can have this block. Watch it when it's high, it's wobbly. You might want to try it here. And then raise that upper arm up, spread your fingers wide with enthusiasm, and reach into your back space. Shine your light here. I've got light shining in my eyes, so I'm thinking of shining lights here. Beautiful. Coming down, hand on the back. Let's do this sequentially so it's right. Instead of letting your head drift to the left, keep it center. And then you're twisting. You're not collapsing, and you're supporting arm. You're lifting out of that shoulder. Reaching across in your back space. If you want to add the arm, you don't have to. So get a nice torso twist. Very detoxifying. And let's come down towards our crown. A little inversion. So my elbows are parallel with each other. Some of you might be able to come onto your forearms and the crown of your head. And some of advanced yogis can go into headstand from here. We're not going to teach that today. Okay, let's come on up. I'm going to walk it over my right leg, drop the left knee, and I'm going to shift back and draw my right toes back and wide. And I'm going to pull the belly in, keep my back nice and straight, and get a nice stretch through that right hamstring, lifting up on my right sit bone to activate even more. And then coming forward and dropping that left hip. You can reach up with your left hand. You can use a block on under the right hand if you like, or come on up here to your right thigh. And then, yeah, like we did on the knees, serpent, but this is modified crescent lunge. Unmodified would be with that back knee up, but if you're not real strong, I wouldn't advise you lift up. Bringing it down. Let's go over to the other side. For those of you that want to just shift a little side to side and move towards a split, you can. Okay, and then drawing that foot in, and let's go over to the other side. So just rotating here. Okay. Fingertips to the mat, walking that back knee back, and pulling your left toes in. Your toes pull back and wide, reaching forward through the crown, belly in tight, and shoulder blades down the back. It's a lot of information, right? But once you get used to doing yoga, everything kind of comes. You get into your poses and you know your main cues, what to do. It becomes natural, and you just kind of try and tweak it out once you get there, so you get you get more out of it. And then flattening the front foot, you can come up onto your thigh here, and as your right arm goes up, it'd be your left for you guys, I believe, you're just gonna lean back a little bit maybe, or not, so you get a better stretch through the hip flexor, fingertips down. You can slide that back leg back, and just kind of shift side to side, and then straightening your forward leg. Okay, you don't have to try to do the split, but I know some of you like to do it. So let's bring it forward. You just gotta pick what's good for you, right? Okay, so from here, we're gonna actually go on to the back and do a little bit of ab work. I'd like you to put your hands right above your pubic bone for your lower abs, and we're gonna squeeze our butt under. Squeeze. So you're squeezing, doing a pelvic tilt, so posterior tilt. My hips aren't leaving the floor. Okay, so that's good. So you can stay here,
or you're gonna bring your feet up, cross your ankles, and just keep the knees over the hips. Hands down at the side and just lift up. Lift up. If this is too hard, go back to what we were just doing. Squeeze up. So we're only working the lower abs, that part that gets really hard to work. Gets pouchy first. My head's on the floor, by the way. Okay, so up and you're holding. Let's hold it. Hold it, hold it, let go. Let's try it again. Lift up, just a little movement. 2, 3, let go. One more time, please. Lift and squeeze those lower abs. You can even put your hands there and feel them for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring your knees into your chest. Let's lower the knees to the right, look to the left. Come back, pulling your abs in to bring your knees back safely, and go to the other side, looking to the opposite hand. And coming back in. Happy baby, hold the back of your knees, bottoms of the feet even with the ceiling. Draw the navel in and the tailbone down. And if you can climb up your legs, make it a little stronger, pull a little harder. Inner arches of the feet, my hands are going, and then outer arches for those of you that can touch. And then bound angle on the back. As I pull the feet in towards my navel, I'm pressing the thighs forward. Oh, that feels good. Okay, one more thing I'd like to show you. Excuse me, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put my knees together, my feet together, and my knees are at 12 o'clock. I'm going to drop them down to 11. Right hand are going to go on my right obliques, the side abdominal muscles. My left hand is going to support my head. I'm going to lift up so you can feel these muscles, and then come down. Exhale up, hold at the top, and come down. I like to put my hands on because I can really concentrate more. I'm feeling the muscles I want to be working. We're not pulling on our neck. We're coming up via the obliques, your left oblique, and then come down. And squeeze up and down. Let's change it. We go 2 up, 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 and 2 down. One more time. 2 up and 2 down. Well done. Other side. This time the knees are going to drop to 1 o'clock. If there was a clock face, 12 is straight up, right? Okay, the right hand behind your head. Your left fingertips are going to be on obliques. You see that right here on the side, those things that cut in and give you that definition, right? All right, so here we go. All right, up we go and down. And up and down. I'm going to let my head just rest in my hands and focus on using those obliques. Up. We'll go to 2 now. So go up, 2, and down. 2, exhale, up, 2, and down. 2, a little slower. Up we go, hold, and down, and up and hold, and down. Good. Knees to your chest, rock it around. Feels so good. Let's flip over and do a little back work. You can take your block if you want. And coming onto the back to even things out. You can bring your block on your butt and hold it with each hand. Your feet stay on the floor. So reaching up. If this is too hard for you, put your forearms on the floor and just lift up like this. Okay? Of course, you're not going to come really high if you have back issues. You can keep your hands forward more and just take a little lift. Okay? Adding on, for those of you who are a little stronger, fingertips to your temples. Keep your feet on the floor. Up we go and down. Look straight down at your mat. I'm looking at you because I'm videotaping, but you need to look straight down and keep your neck long and relaxed. So you're imprinting into your pubic bones, hips, and coming down. Again, exhale and inhale. I'm keeping my gluteals soft, and up and down. One more, please. Up and hold. Hold, 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 and release. Good, widen your knees mat width and reach back, grab your toes. You can do one at a time if you want. Doing a nice quad stretch on my side. This is a little easier to do it this way if you can't do both at once. Rolling on to the other side and taking that opposite foot, heel to butt. Okay, and from here, one hand on the other, third eye on your hand. We're gonna lift up the right leg and then the left leg. Lift up your right leg. We're balancing. We just don't want to strengthen our abs. We have to be balanced, so we're working both sides of the body. 8 more. 8, 7. Nice and slow, please. No swinging or dropping. In fact, I'm going to slow my own self down. Okay, up and down. Exhale into the exertion, double E. Exhale, effort. And 3, and 2, and 1. All right. We're going to roll onto the back now for Shavasana. Final relaxation. So bringing your knees into your chest one more time, hugging them in. Bring your legs to the sky and just shake everything out. Bring your arms up and shake, shake, shake. And then lower your feet, spread your legs. Let's take one full body stretch. Take a big inhale. Long, think long. And exhale, release. Now bring your hands to your side. This time we're gonna inhale, and we're gonna squeeze our fists, our butt, our feet. Make a prune face. Pelvic floor squeezing. Bring your shoulders to your ears. And then exhale, release everything. Just let go. One more time. Inhale, make fists of your hands. Squeeze your feet. Squeeze your butt, your belly. Bring your shoulders to your ears. Make a prune face. Tight, tight, tight. And exhale with an audible sigh. Ooh. So it's time to relax now. Just engage, become undone. Good. Allow your breath to return to its natural breathing rate, whatever that is. It might be irregular, that's fine. My breath often is irregular. And just start to feel yourself melting as if you were an ice cube in hot water. All your tension releasing out through your body into Mother Earth to transmutate and dissipate and return to you in a fresh, rejuvenated, and renewed body, spirit, mind. Letting everything go now. Just let the thoughts drift out of your consciousness. You can take yourself to your favorite garden, or perhaps you're along the sea, and just feel good. And take your attention to your belly. Notice how the belly rises and falls with your breath, your beautiful sacred breath. And then bringing that breath into the heart chakra, the center of your chest. Envision that gold, that greenish color, uniting with the golden breath. And just feel your heart opening. You can put a flower on your heart, the altar of your heart, gardenia or a rose, and see that flower opening up. See, sense, and smell the beautiful flower. Its velvety petals may be moist with the morning dew. Just feel yourself opening your heart, opening doors, sending love to yourself through the flower, and then spreading that goodness out to whoever you come in contact with. spreading your love and your light. Just having a few moments of silence here. And coming back with a smile on our face, always feels good. Wiggle your toes. Thank your toes for all they do for you, all the places they take you. Wiggle your hands. Feel how blessed we are to have these hands that work so hard doing everything for us on a daily basis. And then we'll bring our knees into our chest. Give yourself a big hug. Take the right leg over the left, cross it and pull in. You'll get a nice stretch through your hip. So you're pulling your legs in and pulling your shin bones apart from each other. Let's switch. Oh, I love this stretch. This is great to do in the morning before you even get out of bed. Just thought I'd plant a seed. Okay, let's roll over onto one side. Usually it's the right, but you can pick and come on off, everybody. Sit comfortably. You can sit cross-legged or you can sit in on the block towards hero's pose or Sirsasana. And then we're going to just sit up. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Acknowledge the divine beings that we all are. We're all connected. We're all one energy, really. So let's express our gratitude to our source for all that we have, all that we are, for our life. And let's go back to Kapha Mudra, how we started. Hands cupped at the solar plexus. And just bowing into that solar plexus, that fire, and just making an intention to be strong and not having any fear. If you sense anything coming up, do something positive, or please use this mantra. I am strong and connected to Source. Everything I need comes to me. I am strong and connected to Source. Everything I need comes to me. I am strong and connected to Source. Everything I need comes to me. No worries, no fears. Hands to your third eye. Gaya Mudra, mudra of victory. And opening those arms, feeling the strength, feeling the warriors. We can be very kind and humble, but we can have that inner strength. We are all strong. We all can. We all will, and we all do. Good. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope to see you again soon. I miss all my students. I love you all. I'm praying for you all every day with the golden white light. And just think we'll be back together soon. So until now, have a beautiful day and bless it with your beautiful essence. Namaste, Satnam. And thank you so much for joining me.